Oh.
Yeah, peoples.
Actually, hold on. I think I was there for that at one point.
Really?
Well, yeah, I was at WrestleMania 34 when it was at New Orleans.
You think you're better than me? Because you were there,
No.
bitch? Is that
No.
what it is?
Maybe.
I see how it is.
Yeah,
It's
yes,
Ringside Hangout.
It's
You
exactly
motherfucker.
what it is, goddammit.
You know what, though? At all times, I will always say that you're better than me, Hovig. I will always say that. Here's the thing, people. We are here, finally. The Ringside Hangout has fucking returned. Boy!
Holy shit.
Yes, you can cuss on here. It's fine.
Oh,
God
yeah, I
damn.
am. God
Better
damn it.
cuss.
I fucking am.
Yeah, you son of a bitch. Anyways, yes,
God
we're here.
damn.
We're so glad. We're shaking. Oh, yeah.
Oh, we think, like, honestly, this is exactly how I look after like 2 or 3 monsters.
Really? I was going to say after being buzzed. After drinking or something.
Nah. At that point, I'm just passing the fuck out. I'm going to bed. I'm like, leave me the fuck alone.
But anyways.
I want to go sleepy, boy.
But here we are, guys. I'm so glad to finally fucking be doing this shit. We've been talking about this for so long. Talking about the Ringside Hangout. My God, man. We had a good time last week talking with Ruthless and hanging out with people in the chat like Rojo and everything.
Yeah, we did. We did. I forgot. We did a Rumble show.
Yeah, we did. Well, you forgot already? How drunk were you? Jesus Christ.
I wasn't.
Bullshit. Pay-per-view happened. You know you were fucking drunk.
No, I really wasn't.
No, man. I wish I kind of had that. I know people do that with the Super Bowl. They eat a bunch of food. They fucking get drunk and everything. I wish I could do that, but I'm just a straight edge fucking rascal. Just like what Stone Cold would call CM Punk, which we're gonna be talking about CM Punk tonight. We're gonna talk about tons of topics. We're gonna be playing Beat the Booker, and then of course, as you can see, those colors there, ringside for the AEW and NXT, and then War for Raw, Zone for SmackDown. We're talking about all the brands tonight, including SmackDown from tonight. And my God, do we got some things to say? Or maybe I know I do, but Hovig, did you watch all these shows this week, man?
I watched Raw and SmackDown.
Damn, so you watched the bad ones? I mean, do you still feel that way? Do you still feel like they're the worst ones out of everything, or do you feel like they're not as bad?
Well, give me some time. This is my first week really back into watching this shit.
Okay.
Ask me again in like 2 weeks.
Yeah, man. But I'm looking over here in the Twitch chat. No one's over there yet. It says no longer hosting. Well, of course I'm not hosting. Why would I be hosting anybody, man? Fuck y'all. But then we got the YouTube chat over here too. What were you saying?
Why would we be hosting Double Toasted?
So we've been doing it for a long time. Here's the thing
Oh,
too that's gonna be happening is that most
Damn!
we're
Look
gonna
at
be. I know there has gone offline. Leave me the
Jesus.
fuck alone. But no, what's going to be happening soon actually is we'll be chilling with you guys, we'll be broadcasting to Double Toasted fans because they're actually hosting us as well. Oh, how sweet is that?
How sweet.
How sweet is that? Oh my God.
Oh my God.
So great.
This is literally our like first official show back, and we're already moving on up.
I feel like you didn't know what to say.
No, dude. I was legit gonna say something else, and I was like, no, that's not what I was gonna say. I wanted to say moving on up.
Moving on up into the left side.
Exactly.
Solid is 26 over there saying, "What's up, guys?" And they can't see on screen because I fucked up apparently. But hey, it's all good. As you guys continue talking, your comments will actually show up. So you had to talk so much that it just erases all this other shit. I don't know how y'all gonna do that. But yeah, I know we got the Scooby Doo sounds and everything. But no, man. First of all, you showed me something I'm actually pretty curious about, dude. We were talking about and there was a story on Lords of Pain, I think it was called. Am I correct there?
Something like that, yeah.
There was something like that. Basically, I guess WWE is doing something where I'm pretty sure many people back in the day are probably like jealous, like, man, why did they have that shit in my day?
Yeah. The fucking oldies are like, you motherfuckers.
Yeah, it's about time you do it. And we're not even fucking part of the goddamn business now. But yeah, people, WWE is apparently going to be holding back on the live events, which is super cool. I think that's a sweet, awesome thing. But yeah, so I mean, do you feel like that would affect them negatively? Like, not the workers, obviously they're going to be happy as fuck. But as far as like the product goes, or as far as like ticket sales, how do you think that would be for the business?
To be honest, that's a good question because when was the last time I actually went to a live show? I mean, the tickets already are not that bad for a live show, so I really don't think that they're going to miss out on a lot. But I'm pretty sure. I mean, they will, but they won't. I feel. It's a weird situation, to be honest. Like, it's a very weird situation
Yeah.
because I think a lot of their income even comes from these live shows anyway.
Oh, they absolutely do. Yeah.
Because they're doing them like, so they got like the televised ones, and then like what, like 3 or 4 days a week that they're just doing live shows. So it's really like a good majority of their income. So who
Yeah, man.
knows, to be honest.
Yeah, it's fucking insane. I mean, for me personally, dude, I really do think that they should get rid of these only because it makes the matches more special. Like, if you go to a Raw or SmackDown event and you don't get to go to these live events, because here's the thing, I remember one of our old co-hosts that used to come on the show all the time, Trey Cooper, he would go to live events, and he told us that he was watching Randy Orton versus Bray Wyatt way before it happened at WrestleMania, before that feud, and he said that the match he saw in real life, and Trey's one of these guys too that he's kind of a negative dude, so I don't think he would go to a live event and then just purposely say some hipster shit. I think that he really did see a better match at live events, which makes sense because you don't have to stick to rules that are on television. You can go crazy, you can try out new things that you're not entirely sure is going to work on TV, and you don't have Vince and the commentary and the referee and everybody going down your throat trying to control what you do on the show.
Right.
So it's like, if you're gonna have live events that are better and they're not televised, and then people are like wearing themselves out on these shows that probably don't make a shit ton of money,
Right.
why waste your time doing this? And by the way, why waste your talent roster's fucking energy on bullshit?
Right. Like the same I could say, because back in the day, when the live shows, back when I lived still, yeah, back in the day when I still lived in Jersey, they used to come a lot to like do the live shows. And I remember this was one show that we went to, I think back in like the 2005, 2006, maybe even the 2004, where it was The Undertaker versus JBL when they had the whole feud for the
Mm-hmm.
WWE title at the time. And I remember I saw Undertaker versus JBL for the WWE title at a live event. And this was before that they did their, what was it, the last ride match or whatever the hell it
Yeah,
was
well, JBL, yeah.
with JBL at like SummerSlam that year.
Mm-hmm.
And then they also had their match at No Mercy that year. So it's like at the live show, you're pretty much getting almost like a prelude or like a what's to come kind of deal for what they're going to be doing televised. And
Mm-hmm.
like Trey said, like, I don't really remember if the match was good and all, like in my case, but some matches are better, some matches are not. And then at one point, what was it, like a year or two ago? Uh, I think it was the United States title that was changed, or the WWE title. It was changed during a live event. You
Really?
know, yeah. Don't you remember that? Like a couple years ago, I think it was AJ Styles or Sheamus or somebody
You're
won like
probably right. Yeah.
they won like a they won one of the titles during the live event that was
Which is not
announced all
smart
the
at all, by the way. It's fucking stupid. You could have made a big special moment on pay-per-view with that shit.
right. And then, not to mention that we actually spoke about this just the other day when it comes to like the Super Showdown, I think, at Saudi Arabia, where
Mm-hmm.
it's legit a fucking house show that's televised on the network. You
Yeah.
know, so
In the chat, Raheem saying Trey's still a bitch. Solid is saying, not to mention merch sales and shit, as far as this being bad for talent, and they made most of their money from the house shows. But I think
right.
they made most of the money because of the quantity, because there's like three live shows a week, I think, right? Sometimes, and
Yeah,
especially
yeah, like 3 or 4. But but here's the thing: not everyone that's going to go to the show is going to get merch. You know what I mean?
that's true.
So regardless of not, they're not really looking at the people who are going to go get merch. Sure, people are going to get merch and whatnot, but usually when I go to an event, I'm not really going to get merch unless I really want something. But I could literally go to a live event, see a shirt I want. Let's say it's the Undertaker shirt, and they're selling it for like fucking $40. But then I go on WWEshop.com, the same fucking shirts for like $20. Why am I going to get it over there? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
And it's fucking crazy because like there's a part over here in this particular story. I went ahead and put my thing on it.
right,
Um, but they're saying the company has just 19 live events scheduled for the month of February, 11 for WWE NXT, and 8 for the main roster. The next Super Show live event takes place on Sunday, February 9th from Fresno, California. They have 2 more Super Show live events. By the way, Super Shows, those are the ones where it's both brands and they're put onto the same thing,
right,
including some of the NXT roster too. So think of that, dude. 11 for the WWE NXT roster. Keep in mind, dude, that these guys are definitely not getting paid as much as the main roster. On top
right,
of the fact that the 11 for their particular show, half of this roster is still doing even more so for the Raw and SmackDowns. And even in situations where your whole roster accidentally gets fucking stuck in Saudi Arabia, guess who comes and saves the fucking day? WWE NXT. Just like they did last year, right before Survivor Series. So it's like
Right.
these guys are just busting their fucking ass, and I highly doubt most of this shit's actually fucking worth it. This is good news. But at the same time, what Solid has said, man, I kind of agree with the fact that this might be bad for the talent and their fucking wallets. But at the same time, it's like, it might be good for your wallets now, but if you break your fucking neck doing all these goddamn shows, well, you're not going to be around to make enough money later on anyway. So,
Right,
What I
right.
mean?
But I also want to throw it out there to our viewers. We still don't know if this is legit, accurate information.
Mm-hmm.
So only because this is from a website called lordsofpain.net. So I don't know how credible they are. So right now we're just taking this as a grain of salt.
Yeah. But here's another thing, too, that we got to bring up. And it actually has something to do with a little bit of the live events, too, if I'm not mistaken. But
Ruh-roh.
your boy,
My boy?
Hulk Hogan, man.
My boy Hulk Hogan?
Your favorite racist. No.
God damn. This took a turn.
No, man, Hulk Hogan apparently is going to be returning to Saudi Arabia. And here's the thing, man. I'm surprised that people in Saudi Arabia actually even give a fuck about Hulk Hogan. Because you would imagine that the real American thing would kind of throw them off a little bit. Him being the biggest, I guess,
Yeah, I guess. But I think if this was Iran, it would have been a different story.
possibly. Maybe I'm just fucking up. Yo, Julian Green, how you doing, man? He's going, oh, hey there. By the way, I don't know if you watched the fucking show, but Corey called you out, man. You gotta be careful, Mr. Green. You gotta be careful about the things you say to people. Corey went off on this boy. But here's the thing, though.
What did he say?
It's a long story, but
Man.
you gotta watch April. I'll tell you after the show. That's
Okay.
Unless Cobra Star Green says, "Hey, you better not say shit, Nick Diaz." I'm sorry, don't hate me. But anyways, yeah, man. Looking over here though, yeah, with Hulk Hogan coming back, for one, do you feel like people still care because when they just did that wrestling reunion thing and Stone Cold and Ric Flair were there too, I don't think Hulk Hogan got that much hype surrounding him. People are literally waiting for Steve Austin. So what do you feel about that?
To be fair, I'd be waiting for Steve Austin too. I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
But that's just me. But I mean, at the same time, it is what it is. To be honest, with the whole Hulk Hogan and Saudi Arabia, I mean, I'm pretty sure that Saudi Arabia is literally shipping like boxes of fucking cash to like Vince's front door, saying, "We want the real American" or some shit like that.
Yeah.
Vince is like, "Okay."
Okay, yeah, don't leave my
And
wrestlers stuck there again.
Yeah. Yeah, right. And then all of a sudden, what's going to happen is Vince is going to look over to Hulk Hogan, keep your fucking mouth shut and just do what I say. God damn it.
Yeah. Basically, yeah. And then that's another thing too. It's like they say he's coming back, and I'm like, oh, are they gonna have a match? I mean, I know they're kind of talking about they're playing with the idea of him and Ric Flair, or maybe him and one of Ric Flair's boys. Here's another thing too. WWE Super Showdown. It's gonna be happening around the middle of February, and then we got the Saudi Arabia show after WrestleMania back in I think in May or so.
Wait,
So,
there's another one after fucking
I
Mania?
believe there is.
Oh.
Usually it's a Greatest Royal Rumble, if I'm not mistaken. But the thing is that those particular shows, they're kind of sandwiching WrestleMania. Do you think that Super Showdown should not be happening so close to WrestleMania and you kind of save a Hulk Hogan return for WrestleMania?
Absolutely not. It should not even be happening right now. If anything, hold on, let me see. Because right in May and June, they don't have anything scheduled. So this shit should have been in May or June.
That's what I'm thinking too. I mean, February is just a weird time. Plus, like, even on W Network, I don't think people really want to give a fuck about that stuff. Like, you know what I mean? I think people are waiting.
I mean, it makes no fucking sense. Why would you have WWE Super Showdown on February 27th? And then, oh, by the way, in 1 week, we have Elimination Chamber. So, which means they're going to sit here and market 2 fucking pay-per-views, and one of them is not even fucking canon.
Yeah. It's funny that we're actually at that point now. Like, it's not canon. It's like the fucking comic book rules or whatever. But you're right.
Yeah, no, it's legit. Like, I spoke about this with my buddy at school yesterday. I'm like, they literally are making side fucking missions, side quests for fucking pay-per-views right now. Like, are they kidding me? Like, they couldn't have waited until after WrestleMania for a Super Showdown?
Yeah, no, it doesn't make sense. And the thing
No.
is, too, is like, okay, you're going to have a couple of stars to be kind of mixed within these legends. Well, they got the Elimination Chamber, they got the fucking live shows, the weekly shows, they got WrestleMania coming up. You're like purposely trying to make WrestleMania a fucking like watered down version. Have you even heard about the news too? And this is not even one of our topics, but like,
Oh,
they're
about
talking
the 2 WrestleManias next year?
Yeah.
I heard. You know what?
Why would you do that?
To be honest,
Uh-oh.
A lot of people are fucking complaining that they're sitting there watching wrestling for 10 hours straight.
Yeah, and back in the day, I mean, it's not like they haven't done some silly shit like this before. I hit the wrong button here, my bad. But no, back in the day, man, you remember this shit, WrestleMania 2. You know, they had 3 different arenas showing WrestleMania, and here's the thing. None of those venues did as well as the first one because you divide your pie in 3. It's fucking math. I don't know what's up
Right.
with WWE and math, and it's been a situation since 1985 where they've had this fucking issue. And then, like, to have, like, Hulk Hogan, the biggest star, fight King Kong Bundy, you could have sold out another venue having King Kong Bundy versus Andre the Giant or something back in the day, but they didn't do that. And then you had the situation now, and I'm like, so wait, what if the Women's Royal Rumble has the main event spot, but it's only on one particular show? Now people are going to be mad about, oh, you can't put the women on the fucking main event? But the thing is, even if they do, you're still gonna have something to complain about because now, no matter what, they're not gonna have a fucking main event spot. By the
Look,
way, what?
it's definitely a fucking must lose situation.
Yeah, and the Universal title versus the WWE title. So what's the main title? You know what I mean? Like one's, it's crazy. When it's one show, when it's one night, you can give that illusion that every match is the main event. It's WrestleMania, yeah. The whole Vince McMahon thing.
Right,
You can
right, right.
totally do that. But when it's 2 shows, one's gotta be better than the other, bro. So an entire show is gonna look like shit
Un-
compared to the other one.
Unless they literally do this, like they do like 2 nights of fucking WrestleMania. The
Hmm.
first night is the more lower end matches, like
Hmm.
the more mid cards and everybody, and then the second night's just the main eventers.
Yeah.
Like that's the only thing I can say. Like apparently, like NJPW does that shit with like Wrestle Kingdom or whatever the hell show it is. Um, they make like a 2 to 3 day event or whatever the hell. But at the
Hmm.
same time, that's fucking NJPW.
Yeah.
Fucking WWE has like 20 events going on that whole fucking weekend. They
Yeah.
got the Hall of Fame. They got well right now since fucking SmackDown's on a Friday, so they got the Hall of Fame, SmackDown, Takeover, WrestleMania, Access every fucking day. It's
Yeah.
like when can you have a second day of WrestleMania? Oh, not to mention Monday Night Raw on fucking Monday, right after Monday WrestleMania. So they're literally going to have to start from like fucking Wednesday night and just do the whole goddamn 5 6 days. Like it makes
Yeah.
no sense.
Yeah, you're really diluting your fucking pie. I mean, dude, you look at a situation like this. Look at all these fucking people. They will go to an event like this and fill up the NXT Takeover shows, etc. Right? They'll
Right.
do all this stuff because this is their only chance. You think anyone wants to go through that shit? That's the reason why fucking all these convention things are dying, like San Diego Comic Con and E3 and shit, because people are just like, yo, we get so many of these conventions, we have so many other options that we can get this experience elsewhere. But with
Right.
WWE WrestleMania, you get this experience one fucking day. You know what I mean? Like Access is one day, NXT Takeovers one day, WrestleMania is one day.
Well, no. Access is every day.
Oh, you're
But
right.
here,
I meant 1 week.
oh,
Yeah,
but no. But the funny thing is, with Access, you're still screwed only because each one is a 4 hour block.
that's
You
true.
understand? So it's like if you want to. So what they do is like a week or two before Access, like the whole WrestleMania weekend, they'll literally tell you which superstars are going to be there each day, and of course you got your VIPs that you got to pay. You got to buy a special ticket for, and so they'll tell you which superstars, which wrestlers are there for, let's say, for example, Friday from like 1 to 4 or like 12 to 4. They'll tell you exactly who's available. And then once 4 o'clock hits, you got to leave because the other guys are coming in. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So they're literally running 2 or 3 accesses per fucking day.
Yeah, and that's fucking insane. And then you
That's
want it more diluted?
insane.
Like,
That's what I'm saying. It's like, okay, NJPW does like 2 or 3 day events. Like I said, these motherfuckers do 20. Like, God knows how many fucking events that they goddamn do. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah,
like I mentioned that Access starts from Thursday up until fucking Monday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. That's 5 days with how many different time slots of Access?
yeah.
Because each one is different because it's not the same people.
No, that's true. That's actually
So,
very true.
so you're literally going to like 3 different, like you literally 3 different experiences of Access. So that's literally an event on its own. You know, they're literally two to three separate fucking time slotted events right there. Then you
Yeah.
got your Takeover. Then you got your Hall of Fame. Then you got Friday Night SmackDown. Then you got WrestleMania, and then you got Monday Night Raw to finish it off.
Yeah, but Solid is saying there are crazy fans who not only go to every Raw and SmackDown, but get ringside seats to those shows too, which is fucking insane as well. And by the way, when they do that, they're also diluting their fucking wallets and dividing it into so many pieces too, where they can't access so many other things. So you're right. Another thing too, CJ Grayson, which by the way, nice to see you again, man. I haven't seen you in a while, and I'm glad that you're over here. I saw you on another show this week too. So yeah, thank you so much for just chilling with us and shit. But CJ Grayson's talking about how he thinks Becky will main event again. Do you think that there is a chance for her and Ronda Rousey and these kind of girls to main event shows if there was two WrestleManias, or do you think that would hurt them?
Say it again.
Do you feel like the females have a better chance to main event these WrestleManias if there was two WrestleManias, or do you feel like having two different WrestleManias would actually hurt the Divas division? Because I agree with TJ Grayson. I think that Becky is, for one, this year. I think she might, main event again if they have like Sonya Baszler and Ronda Rousey or something going on.
You mean Shayna Baszler?
What did I say?
Sonya Baszler.
I had a bad day. but um, but yeah, I mean, I feel like if you get all these like outside of the current WWE roster type girls or whatever, and I think that Becky can definitely main event against them again. But for sure next year, like I mean, before you answer the question, I will say for sure I think that they'll be on there more. But at the end of the day, it will hurt the Divas division because whatever show they're on, that's not going to be like whatever show that they main event. That's not going to be like the big WrestleMania of the weekend. Whatever they're going to be on, people are going to be like, yeah, that was cool, but this other one was a real show. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But what do you feel? Do you agree with that or not?
Um, you know what? It's weird. I couldn't even tell you. I'm also talking to who is this? Solidus.
Yeah, solid.
Yeah, he's arguing with me about SmackDown not being live, especially when they actually fucking announced that it's live. And all right, I was there for SmackDown during WrestleMania week, so I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, well, sometimes I don't know. Like for me, I can't remember the way those things are, but I just know that you both technically are right. You know what I mean? Because I know that they do tape it, but lately, I mean, the show has live in the title, so they kind of have to be live. But I don't know. I mean, I could be wrong.
I mean, it even says it right here. On Friday, April 3rd, Amalie Arena will host Fox the Friday Night SmackDown. Literally, the reason why they're doing it live, and also the reason why the Hall of Fame got pushed to Thursday night. So Thursday night's the Hall of Fame this year. Friday night SmackDown. Saturday night's the Takeover, and then Sunday is fucking WrestleMania. It's called Google.
Well, maybe you guys will agree at some point. I don't know.
No, there's no agreeing. It says it right here. I'm looking at it.
Well, I'm not fighting. I don't know, man. Solidus, Jason, that's his name, Jason Jones. He will beat my ass verbally. He's done it many, many times, especially on the video game shows, because sometimes I don't know what the fuck I'm talking about. But then also, like, you'll beat my ass too. So I'm just scared of both of y'all.
April 3rd, WWE SmackDown tickets, Amalie Arena. April 3rd is a Friday. Thank you.
But moving on, man.
Moving on.
This is actually a pretty good combination of stories between like you and him fighting and then somebody else getting kind of sensitive because Mauro Ranallo, man, he's revealing that he almost quit social media. And technically, I mean, they don't say it here, but the motherfucker almost quit WWE. Okay, but he almost quit after Corey Graves' comments, saying that it was dangerous for those with mental health conditions. By the way, motherfucker, you are in 2019/2020 where social media exists. Are you really at that much of a risk? Find another profession, motherfucker. You're on TV. But what do you feel about this dude?
Bye, Morrow. I ain't gonna miss you. Not gonna lie.
I love him. He's a great commentator, but this shit.
He could be a great commentator or all he wants to be, but this is coming from somebody who has mental illness as well and who was also diagnosed with it. So this is probably going to be the only time I mention this shit. Mm-hmm. Morrow, every fucking time someone says something wrong, like, I don't know why, he just shuts down.
Yeah.
Like, come on, dude. Like, just stop.
You're in wrestling business, bro.
First of all, you're in the wrestling business. Second of all, I don't even remember what Corey said that was so bad. Like, what did he even say? Like, I'm not going to defend Corey or anything, but what did he say that was so bad?
I really honestly don't remember. And it's probably in this particular article, so I guess I should do my whole fucking thing and actually read up on it. But it was so small. That's the problem with this, man. Is that I remember reading it when it came out, and it's not included in the article. So yeah, but I remember reading about this when it happened. And I was like, yeah, that was not even slightly offensive. And the thing is, it wasn't the only time that he's actually reacted this way. And I guess everyone's supposed to placate to the idea of like, hey man, he has mental issues and emotional issues, blah blah blah. So we can't actually offend him. And then the fact is, he didn't show up to work. It wasn't like oh, I'm so going through this thing. I just need some time. No, he like just didn't show up. It's like usually at a fucking McDonald's, you go
Hmm.
home, you're fucking done. And this
Yeah.
dude, because he has mental, like, dude, I'm never gonna go to an interview ever again and not say I have mental issues because apparently it's a fucking privilege.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I know you have issues too, Hovig, but like
Hmm.
if you pulled that shit on me, I'm not listening. You know what I mean? Like we all have our things, right? I mean, shit,
Hmm.
people could die in our fucking family, and that counts as an issue, honestly. And it's like I don't expect everyone to change their shit for me, especially when in a situation, Morrow, where like. Dude, these people kind of depend on you, man. Like you're the voice of NXT, and you're amazing. And I love his boxing commentary. I don't know if you heard it, but he's incredible at the boxing stuff too. I love this guy. He's literally like the next Jim Ross for me. But
Yeah.
you can't prioritize your personal shit over the whole entire product and the universe and everything, and then get away with it. And still, we're still feeling sorry for him. I don't know. It's just crazy to me. And I don't know if the chat actually agrees. I'm kind of scared to read the chat right now because I'm pretty sure I'll be like, man, fuck you, insensitive bastard. But yeah, man. Any closing comments about this stuff?
No, I don't. I mean, just stop.
All right.
Like, just get over it, bro.
Yeah.
Like, at one point it was JBL, now it's Corey Graves. At one point, WWE is like, should we not have any heel commentators?
Yeah. Yeah, exactly. Like he said it on the show, so I mean, it's a heel thing. It's like, don't do any angles with them for fuck's sakes, people. Jesus. Another thing from WrestleNews.net. I love these guys actually quite a bit. I think Felix actually works for him, so yeah. Bravo to you, Felix, for getting the position. But looking over here, man, MVP talks becoming a backstage producer on the After the Bell podcast. So another thing that's kind of linked to this story is that MVP announced that his match after Royal Rumble was his last match, his last WWE match. I
Hmm.
appreciate that he didn't find a way to make this a big moment for him. Like he could have made a storyline, he could have made a big old fucking thing about it. He did not. I appreciate that, and I liked his Royal Rumble appearance. I thought it was awesome.
Oh, the Black Panther appearance?
Yeah.
Oh, oh, wait, are you talking about his appearance or his off foot?
Oh no, I'm talking about like him actually on the show, like not
Oh,
as
okay.
yeah. I mean,
Yeah,
I
okay.
like the Black Panther costume and everything too, but I mean, just him showing up and just how he did in the ring. His moment with Brock Lesnar was funny and was also intense, but then also Brock Lesnar had a reason to dance, which was great. I
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
thought this was all cool, but
Well,
yeah, man.
to be honest, I don't know what was more surprising, him or Edge, that showed up at fucking what do you call? Because the last time I remembered, MVP I think was with Impact, like for like
Mhm.
a while. So and I haven't really heard of him like lately, like heard anything he was doing or anything. But yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I remember when he was over there in Impact, he had a thing with Samoa Joe, Bobby Lashley. I think his feud was Shuri, and then Kenny King was on his team. I remember that. So it was pretty cool to see him do that kind of stuff. But then they stopped, and I mean, Impact. That was when they were on Destination America, which was a terrible channel for Impact Wrestling. It's like,
oh my god, I remember that. That was right after Spike and right in between Pop TV.
oh god, yeah. But I mean, Pop
Oh
TV it made more sense for them. Destination America, it was funny to see like the shows that would sandwich the wrestling show. It'd be like Mountain Monsters or Mountain Men or whatever, and then like some other travel shit. Then wrestling. Now back to bears and shit. It's like what the fuck happened? Like I mean, like what kind of?
you know the funny thing is after they left Spike TV,
Mm-hmm.
it started getting a little harder to watch Impact only because once they left Spike, they went to Destination. I don't know if they were anywhere else before Destination, but they went to Destination America.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. They were on Destination America. And then they go to Pop. All right, cool. They go to Pop. And then all of a sudden, some bullshit happens with my cable company, and all of a sudden I stopped getting Pop because all of a sudden I had to go the package above. I was like, well, fuck. Okay, so I can't watch Impact
Yeah,
on
but then he
live
started being on
TV
fucking Facebook and Twitch, and then he just got kicked off Twitch recently with Rob
because
Van
of
Dam.
Robert.
Yeah. I'm telling you, Impact. I will say, you guys make an impact in the news. I'll give you all that. You guys are fucking
Like,
great.
like, man, if they got kicked off of fucking RVD, imagine back in the day when Edge was having that live sex tape shit with Lita,
Yeah. No,
whatever the hell that was.
yeah, man. No, it's fucking crazy to me. I think that Impact Wrestling, I like them now. I think they're doing good shit. I don't watch all their shows, so right now I don't know the names of the wrestlers or anything. That's what we're not talking about in our particular show. But I do appreciate what they do, and I do appreciate that they're still sticking in there. And I think they're better than Reign of Honor. Um, but yeah, like my whole thing here, I actually fucking lost track of what we're talking about. Oh yeah, MVP. Yeah, he's a guy.
MVP.
No, I'm glad that he's gonna be working backstage now. That's pretty cool. I mean, he's from an era of wrestling that I really didn't like. I didn't like the mid 2000s at all. I don't know if you felt the same way as I do.
The mid 2000s. It was like what? Right after it was between the ruthless aggression era
And the
and
PG era.
the PG era. It was okay.
But like, I don't even know if that's the most prevalent. What's it? I don't know the fucking word, but like, I don't know if that was like the most
Prevalent.
important thing. Prevalent. There you go. Thank you.
Prevalent. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if that was because like I know that he worked way before then too a lot. But the thing
Right.
is like when he's working backstage with WWE of all places, big televised company. I'm like, okay, what type of knowledge are you going to bring to the table? Are you going to bring your indie, New Japan type knowledge? Or are you going to bring some typical the worst of wrestling ever mid 2000s bullshit to the table? Like, what are you capable of? Greatness or complete utter trash? What would you say that he's capable of?
Oh, you know what? I think he's gonna be all right. I think he's probably gonna bring up some good shit. Uh,
Some
do
good
we
shit.
some good shit? Do we know exactly what role he is, or he's just an agent backstage?
Just an agent. He's probably going to be behind certain matches and everything too, and maybe
Uh,
maybe storylines. I don't know.
I think he'll be all right. You know what? At one point, his fucking storyline and Impact with their version of the Authority was like one of the most okay things that they had going on back then.
Hmm.
But like, I don't know how many fucking years ago it was. I forget. But I think he'll be all right. I mean, like I said, it really all depends on what they got him doing. Like, there's God knows how many fucking agents backstage right now.
Yeah. But here's the thing. It's time to get into our next thing. Thank you for all the 18 viewers over here watching on Twitch and everything. I really appreciate you guys watching with us and hanging out with us and everything too. What I'm going to do is bring up the next story, and I'm also going to read some of you guys' comments on the activity feed. But as I'm doing that, I'm going to run a little bit of an ad because we got to do that nowadays. So with that said, we'll guys see you in a little bit. And if you want to catch up on the things that you missed, just watch the show afterwards. And thank y'all for chilling. I'll be right back. Now, while that ad's playing, they can still hear us for the people that will subscribe at some point. So we're still going. Gotta bring this up to you, man. The reason why I had this on ad, so maybe some people don't hear what I'm about to say, because we're about to talk about Bret Hart and him being diagnosed with skin cancer and everything, and that's a really fucked up thing. It's very sad. I'm not laughing at that, but I've had this notion for quite a long time that I feel like Bret Hart's a little overrated. Do you agree? And I know it's scary to bring that up right now because obviously he's going through some shit. But do you think he's overrated?
No disrespect to Bret Hart and the history that he's brought to wrestling, not just WWE or anything, but to wrestling itself. I was never a fan.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's
So
before my
yeah.
time. That's the thing. When I started watching wrestling, it was early 19.
Right, like very before our time, but I was never really a fan. I mean, I don't really consider him overrated, but me personally, I was never a big fan of his or anything like that. Um, Basically because I felt that, no disrespect to him, but he was a little too babyish. He complained a lot. I think I felt from what I heard back in the day.
Oh
Like
yeah. And the biggest thing too is like this is where like that kind of bled into storylines because he's such a baby that Shawn Michaels turned into storylines. Stone Cold Steve Austin, had
right,
his big rise from just like you're a fucking crybaby. That's all you do is walk around crying like a little bitch, like the whole fucking thing. So I mean, obviously this guy is kind of a little whiner, but at the same time, he was a great technician. And honestly, like
oh
everything
yeah,
I know about, the in-ring stuff, the in-ring wrestling, I think I've learned the most from people like William Regal or Owen Hart, Bret Hart, Harley
right.
Race.
Like I
So
said, no disrespect to Bret Hart and like the history that he's brought, like to like wrestling and sports entertainment, whatever the hell you want to call it. But like I said, never a fan. It's some shit that he's diagnosed with skin cancer. I hope he gets better. but at the same time, I really had no idea what people saw in his character. I guess, I mean, whatever.
Yeah. So I was just saying he was never a fan of Bret Hart either. So I'm glad that we're not the only ones thinking that, man, because I feel scared to bring those things up sometimes because it's, if you say certain things at certain moments with seriousness behind something like this, you risk people looking at you like you're a piece of shit, or you're an Angelo, or you're just saying something because no one else is saying it. And I'm not that kind of guy. I know I say things about movies and everything that's like, oh, okay, you just want to be different, guy. And I'm not like that, by the way. But I can see where you guys are coming from. But with this, I gotta be very, very careful because, yeah, it's sad to see this happen. And the thing is
Yeah,
like, I get scared to even do the opposite of that. Like when Vader died. Vader's one of my favorite people.
man, that was sad.
That was sad as fuck, man. And it wasn't just because he was sick or anything. It's like I wasn't like I'm not. I'm saying like I didn't care just because he was sick. It was something that really, really affected me. But the thing is, though, is like as soon as you start saying, "Oh, he's one of my favorite wrestlers," people are like, "Oh yeah, because he's fucking dying. That's why." And it's not the case, man. And with Bret Hart, I'm telling y'all right now ahead of time. I don't like Bret Hart. I don't think he's great. But this is sad news, and he is a great
Very,
wrestler, and I can definitely admit to
very.
the things that are not arguable. You know what I mean?
Right, right. Yeah, like the thing is, like you mentioned Vader. It's like every so often I read an article and it just kept saying like how bad he was and like he's got this long to live, blah 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 blah. And every time you saw a picture of him, he looked worse. And I'm like, fuck, bro. Like he's literally just like deteriorating.
Is there any regrets as far as Vader's career that you feel like, man, I wish WWE would have done this? Because I have a couple, but I'm going to ask you first. Any regrets that you think should have been done with Vader's career towards the end there, or even in the beginning?
Um, Not that I know. Nothing comes to mind at the moment. No.
So here's the thing. I forgot the kid's name, but Vader had a son in NXT. Wow, I just typed it in and fucking Kylo Ren comes up for Darth Vader. Where the fuck? Jesus Christ.
You got to be specific, man. Vader, WWE, or some shit.
Yeah, man. Jake Carter, that's his name. Jake Carter.
Okay. All right.
So Jake Carter, because I've been, I'm on this huge working out cardio binge right now, and I started from the very beginning of NXT, and I'm at a point now where Jake Carter is one of the wrestlers on NXT, one of the first seasons, and he was even in the intro for the first video package for NXT. The thing is I've always wondered, around that time they didn't have a ton of star power, right? And I was like, why aren't they teaming this guy up with Vader when they got people like Rhino coming in or Too Cool or whatever right before Brian Christopher died? And it was just kind of like a sad thing where I would have loved to have Vader feud with his own son. You know what I mean? It would have been great. Look how much of a douchebag Jake Carter looks like. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Um,
imagine that, like father and son facing each other, and then dad puts him over.
yeah, or even this. Maybe Jake Carter brings his dad's career back from the dead. You know what I mean? Maybe Vader whoops his ass and says, "Oh shit, the old Vader's back, motherfucker! Yeah!" You know what I mean? Like
But then again, like how long was Jay Carter in NXT?
about a year. I think he left around the same time Derek Bateman left, which Derek Bateman is EC3 for those of you who don't know.
Right, right, right.
Um,
So at the same time, I mean, that might be a regret or a wanting, but back then, Vader's health.
well, yeah, I mean, remember him in Taboo Tuesday 2007, where he was gonna fight. He was actually, here's the funny thing, y'all. Stone Cold was gonna come back to wrestling in 2007. He was gonna go in a feud with whoever would be Stephanie McMahon's cronies, right? And the whole thing was he was going to avenge Jim Ross, and everything was fine. And then Stone Cold Steve Austin found out that he's going to be going against Jonathan Coachman with Vader and Goldust by his side. And apparently, the original idea was Vader and Goldust were going to fuck Stone Cold up, and Coach was going to pin Stone Cold Steve Austin in his first match back.
Hmm.
And Austin was like, "Fuck that." And if you watch that whole area, Vader was in terrible shape. But after a couple weeks, he started getting in better shape, and they started bringing people back like Kamala when he was feuding against Rob Conway, and Umaga started killing these fucking legends. Umaga was destroying everybody at the time. Imagine if Stone Cold would have came back, would have had that storyline, and what if Vader stayed? I would have loved a Vader versus Umaga. That would have been fucking huge. You know what I mean? Or have Rob Conway get his ass kicked by fucking Vader or something.
Yeah, that
Um,
would have been kind of cool.
yeah, there were so many things back in 2005 that could have happened, man. So I don't know. It fucking sucks. And by the way, I meant 2005, not 2007, because I'm stupid.
It's all good.
Oh, but yeah, man. And he's come back a couple times too with Vader. I know we're talking about Vader a lot now. Sorry, Brett. It is what it is. And here's that scene I was talking about with Jonathan Coachman.
We got sidetracked.
We do get sidetracked. But yeah, one regret I have with Bret Hart though, I feel like a big regret with him, that general manager position that he had back in like 2010. That should have lasted a lot longer. I think that they ended off way too fucking quick, especially after the Nexus and that whole thing. Wouldn't it be cool to have Bret Hart versus like Daniel Bryan or Ryback or Wade Barrett or something? Would you be interested in seeing something like that?
Actually, I would have liked, maybe, or maybe him versus AJ Styles.
Yeah, maybe that too. I think AJ's a little too fast. I'd like to see him go against somebody who's more methodical. Like Wade Barrett's so fucking slow. Wade Barrett wrestles like he's been wrestling for 30 years. You know what I mean? It's like, dude, like move
The
faster, bro.
Does Wade Barrett still wrestle?
I don't know actually. I didn't keep up with that. By the way, too, I just want to put this out there, man. Rojo's over here in the YouTube chat. How you doing, Rojo? Nice to see you, man. He says Vince did not want Vader in the Hall of Fame. At this point, though, fuck the Hall of Fame because they got goddamn Drew Carey in that fucking thing for showing up one night. If I was a wrestler from back in the day, I wouldn't be offended if Vince said, "Don't come in the fucking Hall of Fame." Yeah, fuck you, dude. I'll go somewhere else.
Listen, when it comes to any form of Hall of Fame, they can all go to hell.
Yeah, pretty much, man.
Like,
Um,
if y'all want to talk about Hall of Fames, there's one called the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame that just really shits on everything, literally.
yeah.
So that could go to hell. I mean, WWE Hall of Fame at one point, bro. The WWE Hall of Fame, what's his name? Fucking Ultimate Warrior. The couple days before he fucking dies, says they should do an award that recognizes people backstage. The motherfuckers who actually set the show up, and then they took the Warrior fucking idea, and they're like, "We're gonna give it to these people." Fuck the
Yeah.
production guys. I was like, "Damn, that is not what Warrior said."
Yeah.
But okay, let's go with it.
Yeah, no, that was disrespectful as fuck. But it is what it is. Here's the thing, though, man. One wrestling channel that's way more popular than us, and hopefully one day we can get as big. What culture? We're coming for you, motherfuckers.
The what culture, man?
Yeah, go to What Culture. But they posted this fucking thing out. Triple H looks like, damn, I want peace. But yeah, Paige addressed the whole Triple H apology and put the drama to bed. Here's the thing, though, man. Did you even watch that interview where Triple H made the joke about?
I
I
I
think
I heard something about Paige. Who knows how many? She probably doesn't even know how many kids she has.
yeah.
But damn, bro, I'm pretty sure she would.
Yeah, but he's trying to act like she has a dick or something because she gets around so much.
Right?
I don't know what the fuck. But the thing is, though, is that Paige reacted pretty badly and pretty quickly, by the way, on Instagram or Twitter or whatever. She was like, "Yeah, no wonder why all these fucking couch potatoes make fun of me and talk shit to me. Look at my own boss making fun of me." And it was like, yeah, she has a point, dude. You know what I mean? Like she's let that shit go. That's in her past. But at the same time, if we're gonna be Mrs. Sensitive here, you do a lot of talking shit with CM Punk on WWE Backstage, so it's like, yeah, they're clapping back at you. You don't like that? Maybe you should just be a little bit nicer then.
I don't know. I was waiting for Triple H to be like, okay, I said one stupid little joke. At least I didn't get my damn NXT Women's title wet.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, it's
Man,
like,
I'm pretty sure Triple H could have taken that shit to a whole new fucking level.
but he is in a
But
position where he shouldn't be doing that. Like if this was like
right,
once again
right.
McDonald's or something, your manager's like,
I mean,
"Oh, you fucked him." That'd be fine.
regardless of the fact, Triple H, you stupid for that joke anyway.
Yeah.
Like, come on, bro. Come on.
And that interview was so like, man, talk about wrestling nerdom and fans being like socially awkward, man. That shit was rough to listen to because he's telling that joke to levy up the conversation because everyone's like, "Hey, Triple H, so what do you think you're gonna do with NXT?" Yeah, I think I'm gonna. I don't know. Like, I'm gonna make a joke because you motherfuckers are boring. You know what I mean? Like, it was bad. It was very, very.
I didn't listen to the whole interview. I just saw that one. I just heard that one little snippet about the joke, and then I'm like, "Well, that was stupid." Boom.
Yeah.
Done.
Well,
I was like,
close the
"Boom,
laptop on that.
X." Yeah, I was like, "That was stupid." Normally, like a joke like that could get me to laugh, but if it was clever, I'm like, no, that was stupid. And I was like, Paige, you have every right to ream him an asshole.
Yeah. Well, I mean, but despite like how well that did or whatever, when you're a boss, you know, Triple H won't put the suit on, man. You can't. There's rules you gotta follow, brother. What the fuck are you
Right,
doing?
right, right, right. I
Really
mean,
quick, man. Have you been watching WWE Backstage?
I have not kept up with it. I do like catch like some highlights and shit here and there on like on YouTube or something.
Yeah, when something really big happens. I love this show. I love Christian. I love Renee Young, Paige, Ember Moon. I love everybody on here.
Hmm.
Booker T, though, man. I'm starting to feel like maybe he's mentally ill. Like,
Uh
just,
oh, what happened?
well, like, nothing happened. The story's not even about him. Because we're going to segue into CM Punk's return to W Backstage. But the thing is that Booker T, man, we were talking about this in the after hours. We do this after hours thing after the chat tag. You probably remember because Trey used to do a big fucking thing about it. But
Right, 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 right.
but we're watching some clips, and Booker T is always just like Renee will be like, "Hey guys, welcome to the show. You know, we're gonna talk about this. We're talking about Baron Corbin serving dog food, and then Booker T just randomly, dog food, man. But the dog, you can't eat the dog bone, but the bone tone bone tone down. Like, what the fuck was that?
Come
Book?
on, come on,
It
come on,
was ridiculous, bro.
bruh,
Every
bruh.
time,
Come
every
on.
fucking time.
He's just having a shucky ducky quack quack moment.
What the
Okay,
fuck does that even mean?
I don't know. Just go with it.
Like, and he's just laughing. He laughs at his own jokes so much where they can't continue. They can't even segue the show.
Didn't you see him the other day during like the fucking Royal Rumble pre-show when R-Truth came out? I was like, "Hey man, the Royal Rumble's not going on now, man. Were you going into the ring, the Rumble?" I'm like, "Hey, Book,
Yeah, like, book,
it's
stop it.
it's R-Truth. First of all, second of all, calm down."
Yeah, it's just like everything. Then like he'll start talking like it's a pound for pound fight. Like they'll ask some like random question like, "Hey, so do you think Natalia's gonna beat her in the match
But
next week?" And then he'll just be like,
you,
"That's the thing. She'll be lifting weights, right? It's like
but
80 pounds."
but
Fucking
here's
great.
the thing. But here's the thing with Booker T that like amazes me. On WWE programming, he's like that. And then you listen and watch him on the fucking podcast that he does. I'm like, I could sit here and listen to him all fucking day.
No, he's a smart motherfucker. He's great.
I know it's fucking like I don't know what it is. I think it's just WWE because we've had this conversation of like about Shinsuke and shit.
Yep, and
Like
fucking Asuka.
and Asuka, like we've had this conversation many times with like Shinsuke or Asuka. Like it's like they are not what they're portraying on WWE TV.
Hmm.
Booker T is not what he is being portrayed on WWE TV. Then you go listen to him on a podcast. You listen to Asuka on a podcast. You listen to Shinsuke on a podcast, and they're like the most intelligent fucking beings on this planet. And I'm just sitting there. I'm like, I am fascinated by listening to these fucking guys. And then you watch them on WWE program. It's like, what the fuck are they doing, baby? No,
Yeah.
just stop.
Yeah, and it's like, and there's so much in Booker T's history. I would love to have moments where you just talk about Harlem Heat. Have Stevie Ray Vaughan, or Stevie Ray Vaughan, holy shit. Just have Stevie Ray on. Or talk about
Stevie Ray
I know, I
Vaughan.
fucked up.
Yo,
I fucked up. Why don't you ignore shit for once? Oh, man. I hope the chat didn't. I hope they weren't paying attention. Good God.
hey, guess what, Nick? If they didn't pay attention, there's always the fucking video clip on YouTube.
Yup. Fucking Roach over here too. He's saying he's at work. Thank you for watching while you're at work, man. He's saying Booker T is a treasure. I can agree sometimes when you want to laugh at it for the ironic point of laughing at something like this, but certain point, man, this is a show, right?
Yeah,
And
like that whole shucky ducky quack quack shit needs
yeah,
to, that whole thing.
yeah. There's even like I can tell he's getting on Corey Graves' nerves on Raw. Sometimes he'll say like, "Oh man, we got the shoes on the foot for great to prove the bat," and then Corey Graves is just like, "Yeah, what was that, sir? What was that? That makes no
Seriously,
sense."
yeah, like there's only so many times that I can actually agree with Corey. It's like, what was that, sir? I'm like, yeah, what was that?
Like seriously, like, I'd rather have them talk about what the fuck was that than watching the match. Put
Yeah,
the camera on them, you know.
but thankfully, like I said, I watch Booker T's podcast here and there on YouTube,
Hmm.
so it's like what. Thankfully, that I don't look at WWE programming when it comes to like Booker T. I don't look at that. That's the book that I've known like almost my whole life. No, I'll just stick to the podcast and I'll listen to him here.
Yeah. People, we're gonna continue talking about this. We're gonna talk about CM Punk as well. We're gonna do a shorter ad this time, so stick around with us. And if you missed something and you want to know about it, make sure to come back and watch it afterwards. We'll be right back as far as the ad goes. 3, 2, 1. Now, ooh, scared the man out. But the thing is, though, man, talking about CM Punk, he's coming back. That's the biggest thing right here is that CM Punk is returning February 11th, which is cool. I don't like the weird schedule he's on. I don't know if they're trying to like treat him like the podcast
That's
equivalent to like a fucking Undertaker or
Brock,
something.
like a fucking Brock Lesnar or Undertaker type. You know
Yeah.
what? If they are, it's fucking genius. I'm not gonna lie, it's fucking genius. Because why would you blow your load like every week? You know?
Yeah, but then there's like, I don't know, like it's weird because if this dude ever does talk shit about somebody like Brock Lesnar, it's like, well, hold on, you ain't want to talk, motherfucker. And another thing too, it's like, I'm gonna change the culture. To Miz and Rollins' points, what culture did you fucking change, dog? You didn't change a fucking thing, Punk. I love CM Punk, but Punk did not do shit.
To be fair, Punk didn't really do anything. Like he didn't change a culture. He didn't do a goddamn thing. All he did was do something different that hasn't been done in like 10 years.
hmm
You know, like when he had like the whole pipe the bomb thing. When
Yeah,
he's
pipe the bomb.
no, no, I was like having like one of those hiccup burps at the same time in
Oh,
mid
okay.
sentence. I was like, God, don't do it. But no, when he had the whole pipe bomb segment, the promo, it's like we haven't seen anything like that since sometime around the end of the Attitude Era into the Ruthless Aggression era.
hmm
Like we haven't seen something like that in such a long time. He didn't change anything. He just brought something back for like a moment or two.
Yeah, no, I agree. And that's the thing. I mean, like, and that's back then or whatever. But like, as far as this whole fucking W Backstage thing, I just think that's like, dude, like, it's a podcast, and you guys are trying to like hold out on content, and it's they're just talking. They're just
Right,
talking. Let them on.
right.
You know what I
Like
mean?
I have no idea what Fox's decision was to do a show like Backstage, because they literally did the same shit. What was it like, talking smack and whatnot?
Which was great. I
Uh,
like that. But yeah.
which was so much fucking better because they're on the WWE network, so they have a little more free reign as to what's going on. Hence the whole Miz versus Daniel Bryan bit, which was incredible back then. But for WWE Backstage on Fox or whatever the hell it is, it's like, okay, here, go out there, do what you got to do, but keep it to a specific level.
Yeah. Yeah, for
It's like,
sure.
okay,
Okay, man. Yeah, man. No, so I don't know what to think about that. I feel like, yeah, dude, fucking, I love CM Punk so very much, but yeah, like this whole coming back on February or whatever. But this is gonna go into our next topic here, man. Because we're finally off the news of the rest of the world. We're now in the Be the Booker section, man.
oh shit,
So what we're gonna do with the Be the Booker every week is that you get to book any segment you want. You just gotta pick one segment from all these shows, right? For
oh my,
me, I'm gonna make my segment about CM Punk.
oh,
My whole thing with CM Punk, have him come back every fucking week, and then finally put some storyline onto WWE Backstage, because right now, as far as we know, it's fucking real, right? And I honestly do actually think it's real, and maybe I'm just stupid for thinking that, but I do think that these guys are really going off there and unscripted, off the cuff, saying what they really, really mean. It would be so nice to have one day Seth Rollins just walks in there and says, "Hey man, you want to talk shit in front of my face now?" And then Punk's like, "You know what? I can have them do a shoe promo, a fixed shoe promo, right?
uh
Have
huh,
Punk say something that's referring to either Seth Rollins' girlfriend or Seth Rollins' small dick when his pictures got leaked. Have Paige go like, "Oh shit!" So everyone's like, "Dude, sex tape versus sex tape, man. Like Paige versus Rollins. Like, what's this conversation going to be?" And then make it where the next day Renee Young says, "Hey guys, so there was an issue that happened last week. You guys can go watch the DVR of it or watch it on YouTube. But CM Punk has now been outside of our show. He's not allowed to come on." And then just a month, we don't see CM Punk. He's kicked off Barry Backstage. He fucked up. We don't hear shit from him. And then right after Elimination Chamber, you just hear that static. Boom. CM Punk comes out and says, "Hey, I'm not on backstage anymore, but now in front of your face, and now I'm in your world, motherfucker. Let's do this shit." Punk versus Rollins, WrestleMania. Booyah. Do that shit. I would love that so very much. Because for one, it entertains the fans way before the road to WrestleMania even begins. Because here's the thing, no one's gonna know that they're gonna be fighting, right? Also, it gives Paige a moment to kind of like bring up the Triple H thingy, you know what I mean, with the whole sex tape joke, as well as have her kind of dig at Seth Rollins too. It gives
hmm
Seth Rollins a chance to make everyone think, hey, you know what, Rollins more of a badass than CM Punk. He came on CM Punk's show, so Rollins looks fucking badass, and he has all the fucking views and all the eyes on him on both Raw, the pay-per-views, and backstage, and then you get your big match too. So that's might be the Booker. In your opinion, what would you rate that? Thumbs up, thumbs down?
damn.
Fuck you then.
Like, no, 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 no. Like, when you were saying it, I was legit like envisioning it. I was like, shit, that's pretty fucking badass. I'm not gonna lie. Because when you were saying like have have Rollins come out on backstage and start talking shit about, like I literally got like a more intense version of the Miz and Daniel Bryan shit. Only
Hmm.
because the only reason why I got a more intense version of that is because CM Punk wouldn't back down because we know that. Oh, look at that shit! Look at that.
Yeah, look at that right there, man. Well, would have been
Well,
the could have been the biggest match ever. But go ahead.
shit, but yeah, right. Because like you remember when it was talking smack and it was Danny Bryan and Miz, and how Danny Bryan was kind of like trying to keep composure and it wasn't really doing anything like saying anything bad, or he wasn't as feisty or as fiery as the Miz was, right?
Hmm.
So when it comes, so let's say for example, Seth Rollins did bust in on fucking backstage and it got into CM Punk's face. You can only imagine what the fuck CM Punk would have fucking been doing right on backstage.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Like just that alone, the fireworks on that alone, I was like, oh shit.
Yeah, it would be fucking awesome. It'd be so
Yeah.
fucking cool. But at the same time, like people can't be. I don't know. Like, there's things that could go wrong with it. I'm not saying it's the perfect scenario,
Yeah.
but I think
Let,
that at this
let's
point,
let's just not make it head canon.
well, the other thing too is like you look at McIntyre and Lesnar. That's a cool match, and that's obviously happening.
Oh yeah.
But it's like it needs to only happen one way, or else it's going to be really, really terrible. Drew McIntyre needs to fuck Brock Lesnar up quickly.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You know what I mean? If he doesn't, that next night Raw is going to be the biggest crowd refund fucking chance that you've ever heard in your life.
No,
And it's go ahead.
I don't think Drew needs to fuck Lesnar up. Drew just needs to win.
See, for me, I think that even if it's like a long match, whatever, it's gonna during the match people are gonna be irritated with like, dude, what the fuck? Like, I don't know. It's just any
You
Brock
wanna
Lesnar looking strong, it's annoying to people. You know what I
you
mean?
wanna you wanna know why I at least said Drew needs to win is because I honestly feel like everybody's fucking sold on this shit already. We
Hmm.
know exactly what's going to happen during the fucking match. Brock is going to try to break Drew in half, and Drew's going to try to break Brock in half. So we know exactly how it's going to go. The main thing is Drew needs to fucking win. They need to put the strap on him. Otherwise, you're going to have those refund chants the next night.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree, man. So we'll see what the fuck happens. But be
Yeah.
the booker for you, man. Which particular person or feud or whatever do you want to book that's currently in the realm of possibilities here on the WWE Universe?
Hmm.
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 Oh.
Let me see. What we got going on so far?
We got the Lana Rusev fucking Lashley thing. We got the
Oh,
fucking.
okay, yeah, we can nix that. Come on. Come on, that's just going nowhere.
But like, I mean, what can you rehab? Like, is there anything that's bad that you can rehabilitate with your mind and say, hey, if I was a booker, I'll fix this fucking thing.
Yeah, the whole fucking feud between Roman Reigns and Baron Corbin.
Yeah, how about no more dog food?
How about yeah, I think today should have been the last day with the dog food.
Yeah, enough
Um
with the fucking dog food, man.
enough of the at this point I honestly feel like even though Baron Corbin is King Corbin, just for one night, he needs to drop the whole king thing and become the lone wolf and go up against the fucking big dog.
Yeah, no, there you go. Wolf versus dog. Does it get
Exactly.
any simpler, you fucking idiots over there?
That's all. That's sometimes all you need is just to go fucking sell the fucking lone wolf versus the fucking big dog.
Yeah.
It's like how much more simpler can you fucking get? Like even though this is not like the biggest fucking feud right now, like in my mind, but it's definitely one that should take a turn and just end. Only because it would make the most sense. Like okay, Baron, fucking just drop the whole king bit for one night. Drop it. Become the lone fucking wolf that you were fucking terrifying as. Like when he was a lone wolf during the NXT days, he was fucking ruthless. You know
Oh,
what I mean?
dude, yeah. People used to count the seconds down of the match. It
I
was scarier than
I
Brock Lesnar.
man, I remember when I used to watch NXT back then, and Baron Corbin came out. I was like, I gotta see this
Yeah,
shit
like
because
here we go, bro. You know what I
here
mean?
we go, bro. Like he was fucking ruthless, and now he's fucking useless.
Yeah.
It's like he needs to go back to that fucking thing. Roman Reigns, like whether we like him or not, he's Roman Reigns. At this point, so Baron Corbin just needs to become the fucking lone wolf one more time. Go up against Roman Reigns in like a fucking no holds barred type of shit. I don't know, just something. There he is. Look at this guy.
Yeah.
That's fucking terrifying. Like just
I mean, look at his vest, like with the claws on it. It's like this guy is a fucking animal, dude. Like he's like a predator. Like,
and I honestly thought that they were literally fucking grooming him to be like another Undertaker type of character, like just ruthless, like just taking people down and whatnot. And then he goes on.
I honestly, dude, well, one of my fantasy bookings back in the day was I want this guy to retire Sting. I was like, this would be a great character to just like Sting's out there by himself. He's always like reluctantly alone, just fighting crime. Technically, that's how Sting is. What if this guy came up? He's like, yeah, I'm gonna fight crime, and by the way, Sting, you're a fucking crime, and I'm gonna take your ass out, and I'm gonna take out everybody else that's just like you. It's like this is a great guy, kind of like the Legend Killer thing. But imagine if this dude was a Legend Killer without any dialogue, just walked in there and fucked people up.
Right? Like, see, because that was the thing back in the day. Like, he was silent too, wasn't he?
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Like I don't remember him talking like a lot or at all from what I remember. But like I said, right now my beater booker would be end this fucking feud between Roman Reigns and Baron Corbin. Have Baron Corbin for one more night. End this fucking feud as the Lone Wolf. Have those two go at it. I don't know in what fucking way possible. Drop this whole fucking stupid corporate king bullshit.
Yeah.
Be the lone wolf for one more fucking night. Be ruthless as fuck for one more night, and then go back to being useless after the feud is done.
No, see, that'd be a kind of a cool thing too. He's so smart that he's fully aware that he's two characters. Like, wouldn't it be cool if he's like, you know what, Roman, you pissed me off. You made me eat dog food, blah blah, all this cool, ridiculous shit. I'm gonna bring back the old me, and then maybe Ziggler.
There you go. Use the fucking shit that happened tonight as like a catalyst. Say, you know what? You're feeding me fucking dog food. Fine.
I'm gonna feed you shit.
But then he's gonna be like, you know what? Here's the thing. Wolves don't eat dog food, motherfucker, and shit like that. You know, wolves eat dogs like you. I don't know,
you feed me you feed dog food to me. I'm gonna feed you to the dogs.
Like some shit like that. But that's my thing. Bring him back as the fucking lone wolf for one more night. End this feud with fucking Roman Reigns. Because it ain't going nowhere.
It really ain't going nowhere good. I'm telling y'all right now. It really sucks how things are on fucking SmackDown, man.
Right.
However, things are not so bad on the other show right now, surprisingly. I'm kind of shocked. You want to know why?
Why?
I'm surprised I'm saying this. And I wish I could actually show on screen, but I can't play the fucking video because god damn it. Anyways, our boy Randy Orton. What an incredible heel. What an incredible fucking heel.
Motherfucker, you took my words because I was going to say it today. I'm like, ain't nothing better than a heel Randy Orton, bro.
Yeah, because as we see, by the way, you guys can see his pipe bomb moving around. Whoa, look at all over the screen. They're putting it right down here. We're talking about the ringside war zone. Right now, we're going to be talking about Raw. We're going to talk about SmackDown. We're going to be talking about NXT and AEW. At least I will by myself. But here's the thing, man. Edge coming back. What'd you feel about it? Were you emotional during the promo and everything? How'd you feel?
Oh, we're talking about the Raw promo?
Yeah.
I wasn't emotional, but I was definitely hyped.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what do you mean by emotional? Like tears flowing type of shit?
Just because I can be emotional. I can be sad. Just via
we're back here.
Man, that got loud. Sorry, people. I'm trying to show the fucking screen, and my shit done fucked up. Audio show, but I think that watching this, I was emotional only because of the fact, and I didn't cry or anything, but it was just like, dude, this is fucking beautiful. Like, Edge is back. I cannot believe he's actually on screen. Can't believe he's fucking here.
You know what did make me emotional?
What's up?
When it comes to Edge, the fucking packages they kept showing throughout the night.
Mm-hmm.
2010, 2011, this year. And I'm like, bro, you are literally showing me the highs and lows of his fucking life, and then the biggest fucking high, which was Sunday night.
Yeah, and then the intensity brought to this, too, is so authentic. Just like, I'm fucking back.
Yeah.
I'm like, whoa, hey, dude.
It's like, I was just watching it. I'm like, dude, you're showing me when he won the Royal Rumble. You're showing me when he was forced to retire. And then you're just showing me the fucking moment that he stepped through the damn curtains the other day at Royal Rumble. And it's like, bro, I had chills going down my fucking like body, man. Like it was just ridiculous.
Yeah, and I mean, I'm looking over here, man. This is one thing that really worked for me. When these two went face to face, and they're like, ready to RKO, I was like, oh, that kind of doesn't make sense. But how Edge was acting, how Randy Orton's voice was breaking, I was like, oh my god, like I actually don't even like this idea of them getting back together, but I kind of want it now because they're so emotional.
He's like, I don't like this idea, but I'm sold on it now.
Yeah, just because like I love seeing people love what they do, and these guys love each other, and they're gonna get together. And then Randy Orton says, "No, fuck that," and just man, dude, that RKO was great. That whole the tease with the chair and everything was fucking great. Everything about that
Oh
last
my
segment was
god,
awesome.
it was so fucking poetic because Homeboy gave him a solo concerto,
Yeah.
and that was like Edge and Christian things back in the day.
Mhm.
You know the whole concerto bit. And I'm like, oh my god, that's how we're ending this fucking show. I'm like, god damn it, Randy, you genius fucking bastard.
Yeah. I love this segment so much, man. So we're gonna go through the entire show, talk about certain things, and do it pretty quickly. But I want to say just first of all, and I know it's at the end. We should do this chronologically, but I just had to say it. That was one of the best fake outs in a very very long time, but it didn't come with issues. I think one of the issues I had mostly is that I think the teases took way too long, and I think the Edge
I,
oversold.
I was just about to say too long.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's like they knew they were on some kind of like we got magic, so let's magic the fuck this up. You know what I mean? Like let's just keep it going. And I'm like yeah, like sometimes you can't call an audible. You just gotta do what you gotta do. Like another thing too is like Edge selling the way he sold. You have your eyes open, you're moving your body around. It's like dude, and then you're just gonna lay on the fucking chair like it's a pillow. Like you can't do that. It defeats the whole perspective and the whole psychology of. I mean I know it's not a match, but it's like your neck's fucked up and you still lay there with your eyes open on the fucking chair. It kills the whole fucking thing. But did that piss you off at all? I mean, do you mind when people lay on the chair the way he was?
I mean, to be honest, I mean, it didn't bother me none. I did like the fact that his shit started twitching at one point.
Yeah, I went straight
I'm
like the
like,
Glenn Negan
I,
death.
I was like, bro, if you're like forcing that Twitch to go on, like, I'm like, good for you.
Yeah,
That shit gets annoying after a while.
yeah, man. I thought that was really cool. Another thing too about the night, Kevin Owens and Mojo, I think are not a very great pairing because they start off the show talking to Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins. I didn't really dig that. I feel like another thing, and here's a really big thing about that too, is like I don't think that Samoa Joe and Kevin Owens have a good audible verbal chemistry yet, and
Uh,
I could have sworn Big Show was part of this whole thing. Where's Big Show?
oh, I have no idea, but I do have to say that I'm not gonna lie, it was kind of clever with that whole moment, that whole segment.
The backstage thing?
Right. It was so clever because I honestly thought that as soon as Kevin Owens said, like, oh, now we don't have to look for him, I was like, oh, they're about to go backstage and kick their ass. And all of a sudden, nope, there goes the fucking Viking Raiders or whoever the hell it was. I was like, oh,
Yeah,
shit. I was like, that was clever.
yeah, it really was. When they do
Yeah.
shit good, they do shit good. But at the same time, it was like this shit. For one, taking a long time. I have a big thing about promos taking for a long ass time, and I'm so sick of the whole like on the Midnight Messiah, whatever the fuck that shit's, or not the Midnight, the Monday Night Messiah. I'm not digging that from Seth Rollins, and I'm also not digging the whole like why is even Buddy Murphy like? But Buddy Murphy didn't even say anything that whole promo. You know what I mean? So like that kind of defeats a lot of purpose. You're not gonna give him any fucking dialogue, and then like I wish they would call this team the Architects of Pain since it's led by Seth Rollins, but AOP, they just kind of like dropped. They were like the coolest fucking dudes for like a month, and they were so mysterious. And then ever since Buddy Murphy came into it and Seth Rollins, blah blah, they don't even have the tag belts. Like they just kind of fell from grace. What do you feel about AOP?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
exactly.
another ruthless team that was great in NXT.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. what
I
you
mean,
got?
I mean, there's, I mean, it's just fuck it. I can't take them seriously when they're wearing their suits and shit. I'm like, what are you guys like, Suge Knight wannabes or something? Like, what the fuck you trying to do right now? I was
Yeah,
like, get on your fucking tactical vest and go break something. It's like, Jesus.
Yeah, and like I said, we don't have to go through the entire show. I want to make this pretty quick, but I will say, do you think the Eric Rowan thing's taking a little too long for them to explain what the fuck that thing is, and do you think it's gonna pay out in the end?
No, I man, how funny would it be if it was the skeleton of fucking gobbledygooker, whatever the
Oh
hell the shit
Jesus!
was?
But
Because
it
that's
might be at this fucking point, dog.
at this point, who fucking knows? Like, it's just fuck it. It's, the only thing is like how many times have we seen some stupid shit, them teasing stuff like that, and all of a sudden it's like the worst fucking thing on this planet. The only thing that I could think of is if it's like the head of something or like the body parts of somebody. You know what I'm saying?
Or something to like summon something. Like I'm like, okay, wouldn't it be cool if he summons Sister Abigail or the Wyatt family? But like they all say they're the Wyatt family, but then Fiend on the other show is like, oh no, I'm not part of them. I don't know, some shit, something.
Fucking. Or it's like the soul of Luke Harper.
Yeah, because he's a terrible like dude. I'm not trying to talk shit, but he's a terrible wrestler. He's wrestling like back in the '80s where those big guys would be like, I'm just gonna run into you like a football player. It's like, dude, I don't like when football does that shit either. That's why I don't watch football. What?
Yeah, right.
3, 2, 1, everyone fall down. It's like, dude, it's like playing chess and then someone just knocks the fucking board down. It's like, dude, can we fucking do something here? Like,
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I mean, it was better when Homeboy was in the fucking Wyatt family.
Well, I thought it was good at with Dan O'Brien. I thought it was cool.
Well, yeah, that too. But the only problem is,
Yeah, it was
how
on
far
SmackDown
how
at
far did
that
that
time.
go?
Exactly, yeah. But as far as that, man, I mean, the only other issue I have that's worth talking about is that Aleister Black. We're taking a little long for him to get anywhere too. I think that Aleister Black doesn't have a lot of stuff happening. Um, what would you do with Aleister Black right now? I mean, it's not a big beat the Booker thing, but what do you think? What's a prediction that you think's gonna happen with Aleister Black leading to WrestleMania?
Oh, that's a tough one. Only because then they put that boy in a fucking squash match and shit. It's like, did they give up on him too?
See, I don't know. That's what's weird about it. Because I don't think they gave it up because this guy is so fucking badass still, and he's winning matches constantly. He had that fucking long ass feud with your boy. But with him doing his promo saying like, "Yeah, I'm gonna fucking face everybody else. I'm gonna come after your ass." I'm like, okay, well, that needs to be someone important. So is this about when you're about to get like the title match thing going on? Like, are you gonna go after the OC? Like that'd be cool as fuck. But he can't just go after one guy. I think he needs to do a lot.
At this point, who knows, man? Like,
Yeah.
excuse me. At this point, it's like Jesus Christ. Like I said, like they put him in a squash match. What did he do on Sunday? I don't even remember.
Fuck. You know what?
Uh,
I don't think he did
uh,
anything.
exactly.
Yeah.
It's like at one point they put him in a tag team with fucking Ricochet, and that was like the biggest thing at one point.
Mhm.
But he hasn't done anything great since he feuded with fucking Velveteen Dream.
No, you're right. We're gonna give our rating for the show right now, by the way, guys. We're gonna do it out of 5, and you guys will see what's gonna happen. I'm gonna do another ad. If you guys want to know what our rating is, come back after the show, and you guys can fast forward to the scene and know exactly what we said. We'll return in a little bit. Peace.
Oh my!
Now, my rating for this particular show,
Oh,
man, I gotta give this shit just a straight. It was very, very average. 3 out of 5. I think 3 out of 5 is definitely what I would give this show, just because of the fact that like there was some good matches. I think that the Mojo Rawley thing with No Way Jose. I don't even like No Way Jose. I think the match was cool. I like Mojo Rawley's thing right now. I like the promos. I like the Charlotte's thing too a little bit. Um, and the Edge and Randy Orton thing was cool. But there's a lot of bad storylines here, man. I'm sick of Asuka too, by the way. I'm sick of Becky Lynch. I'm sick of all that shit. So, yeah, 3 out of 5 for me. How about yourself?
same. About an average show. I mean, it was like to me the only really memorable. Me- to me, really the only memorable thing that even happened today was today Monday was
We're so used to doing raw reactions, by the way. Like the
yeah,
night of, they're saying today.
we're so used to that shit. But the biggest memorable thing was the whole Edge returning thing. Granted, it was on Sunday, but like how they had like the whole video packages throughout the night of him like of the past and then coming back with Randy Orton. Oh, and then Drew McIntyre finally saying like he's going to go up against Brock. Like who didn't see that one coming?
Yeah.
But it was a very average show, like we stated.
Yeah. It's a very, very average show. But moving on, now it's time for me. I'm gonna just do this really, really quick about the good old NXT. Let me set this up right now before people get in here and whatnot, because they're about to see us in about 25 freaking seconds. By the way, why haven't you been watching NXT, dude?
Uh,
It's just too much to catch. Like you don't need characters and everything. You're trying to like, okay, like if I watch this, I want to be invested, and I don't know who the fuck is who at this point. Is that
it's
why?
not even. It's not even that. It's almost the same reason why I'm not watching AEW is because worst timing of the fucking week in the middle of fucking everything.
That's true. And then they're both like competing, so it's like you had the same
And
like Nitro versus Raw type thing going on.
yeah, and even back then with the whole Nitro versus Raw thing, I never really. There was only a couple occasions that I would flip to Nitro, but I was mainly just watching Monday Night Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that's pretty much why. It's like I was. And plus, to be completely honest, like I get sick to fucking death of the NXT crowds.
Yeah, this is awesome. This is stupid.
Like I get so fucking tired of just listening to the IWC at a fucking NXT show.
Yeah.
So I'm like, at this point, I'm like, yeah, I'll just read results and just keep updated. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'll go to Takeover, but y'all could whatever.
Well, she
I
always
mean,
get a good show. You know what I mean? It's always a nice live show.
I mean, yeah, I know that there's like a thing going on with Adam Cole and Tommaso Ciampa. I know that they finished off the Dusty Rhodes
Classic.
tag now. The
Yeah,
class.
which the Broserweights did that. And by the way, the thing that's frustrating about the Broserweights too is because Pete Dunne and Matt Riddle, they're going to be doing other things soon. I think Matt Riddle after WrestleMania, he's definitely going to be debuting on Raw. And he's going to be the big stoner guy that kind of goes around and gets everyone like, oh shit, it's that guy. It's kind of cool and everything too. Blah blah.
He's going to be the new Elias.
Pretty much, yeah. He's going to be the big internet darling that's actually on like some big cable show. But my whole thing here too is like, yeah, I mean, I like how they're continuing this Ciampa fucking Adam Cole thing. I'm hyped for when they're going to be fighting, which is in 2 weeks. It's going to be cool. But then you get situations here where there's a Divas match. I forgot who the fuck it was, but they had this very very short match. It just didn't make sense for them to even go there. And then Keith Lee having a North American Championship. You were there. We were watching. We were talking about it last week. Keith Lee with Brock Lesnar. Everyone thinking like, holy shit, is Keith Lee going to throw Brock Lesnar out? That's cool, right? But then the motherfucker wins the North American Championship, and I'm like, or not what he won it beforehand. But what I'm saying though is just like that's below him because now he's going against Dominic. I don't know his last name, and fucking Damian Priest. Like he's in that whole try feud because obviously he's only gonna fight one of them next week or whatever. But the thing is, like they're gonna go into multiple. Like now it's my turn. Now it's my turn. Now it's my turn. And he already fought them like fucking months ago. Like I remember like 3 months ago he was fighting Dominic and somebody else. So why isn't Keith? Like, this is a big step backwards. We just had him in a ring with Brock. The people are loving him. People are singing his song, and yet he's still dedicated to the mid card. While we're talking about Tegan Knox and Shayna Baszler and Dakota Kai and obviously Ciampa and the Undisputed Era. So that's something I don't really like a whole lot. I think that you guys can't be fucking up with Keith Lee and Ciampa. This is a situation where I don't know who's going to survive this feud because neither of these guys right now can take a loss, I think that they're so very, very important. No matter who loses, somebody's going to look really, really bad when they have their match. Do you kind of agree with that? I mean, have you seen other matches have the same kind of dynamic?
Yeah, Tommaso versus fucking Gargano.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah, you're right. Like that's huge.
I mean, I remember when they had their first match in Takeover New Orleans, and that was like one of the greatest fucking things I've ever seen.
And it was so great that whoever loses is gonna forever be like that's a very prominent loss.
Right.
You know what I mean? So it's just like sometimes, and that is a good thing. Like Stone Cold versus The Rock, WrestleMania 17, that was a very prominent loss for The Rock.
Right.
But he was gonna leave anyway, so why would he give a fuck? These
Right.
guys are still gonna be here the next week. So like,
Right.
very very curious. Like someone's gonna have to turn their like face heel orientation afterwards,
Or
something.
another one when Brock beat Taker at WrestleMania 30.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
Like when fucking Brock broke the fucking streak, 21-1 at the time. It's like right,
Yeah.
21-1. Yeah, 21-1. But that fucking A. It's
Yeah,
like,
no, that was very important. Yeah, no matter who was gonna win or lose that shit, was very, very important. Hate
it's
Nate in the chat saying Dakota Kai versus Tegan Knox versus Shayna, a triple threat that might happen for NXT, not Portland, but the one that's before WrestleMania. Um, I gotta tell you, I don't agree with Ripley or Rhea Ripley. I don't think that she should have won the title. I think they're doing that just to kind of like get at AEW and try to have their show be more important to watch than Dynamite.
hmm
But what do you feel about Shayna losing the belt, or did you even give a shit? Because I know you haven't been really watching.
Who's Shayna Baszler?
Yeah, like when she lost the belt to Rhea Ripley. Did you care at all when that happened or no?
To be honest, I didn't even know she had the belts.
Holy shit! Yeah, she had the belt for a year, man. Good
Fuck,
lord.
bro.
I think she beat Asuka's record actually. I mean, someone can correct me if I'm wrong on that, but yeah. But I love me some Shayna Baszler. I think she's a great wrestler. I think Rhea Ripley's fine, but at the same time, and I know you know about this because you like your drama. But a few months ago on AEW Dynamite, they had these guys come in with masks, and they were punching somebody, and this one motherfucker, he botched. His hand was nowhere near this dude's face, right?
hmm
So everybody, especially NXT fans, oh, that's so embarrassing, that's so bad. Fire that guy because he's so terrible at punches, right? Dude, 2 weeks ago, Tony Storm and Rhea Ripley got in a fight, and her punches were she was punching literally the mat, bro,
Oh no.
like fisting the mat, and I'm like, dude, like Tony Storm could take a fucking fake punch, dude, like work it, like come on, woman. Jesus Christ, you're the champion. You just won the belt, and like already that she's showcasing that she might not got the range. You know what I mean? Like that's kind of annoying, honestly. But anyway, so for me, NXT, obviously I'm not gonna ask Hobie because you didn't watch the show. But there's lots of other things that happen here that I feel like we're either too fast or they're very like, hey, this is filler, but it's good filler. This is a 4 out of 5,
God
but
damn.
but the reason why it's so high is because once again these matches are so fucking incredible, and they know when to hold back on certain things. They know when to say, hey, this particular thing's bad, and we don't want you to sit there too much of it, so it's fucking quick.
hmm
It's so quick, in fact, that I almost forget that it even happened, and
hmm
that's not good for a show either. But yeah, 4 out of 5 for me, but it's reluctant 4 out of 5. AEW Dynamite. Look, I'm gonna just tell you guys right now. This is a small little rant. I'm fucking not a fan of AEW officially. I'm sick of AEW. You motherfuckers. You know what they started off this goddamn show with, Hovik?
Uh-oh.
The fucking Inner Circle started off the show, and Jericho once again because and by the way, every AEW fan's gonna be like, oh well, come on, man, everyone does this, so we can just praise AEW for doing it. No, y'all talk shit about WWE like they're the fucking devil, but you guys don't take responsibility for your own shit. Chris Jericho talks shit about Cleveland because yeah, that's some good heat, right? Like we're still on that. Hey Cleveland, your football team sucks. Fuck y'all.
hmm
Um, then they send 10 guys down to beat up John Moxley. And it's like, did we not bitch about this with John Cena when he beat basically the whole fucking roster all the goddamn time?
hmm
Yeah, so doing the same thing with John Moxley. Fucking silly. Yeah, matches that are happening during a commercial break. Nyla Rose fought this other girl, and usually you have a split screen, right? Where you see the match and then the commercial's playing on the right side. This
hmm
time, the commercial plays and you don't see shit. And then when you come back, this girl finally gets some, back and forth with Nyla. The match ends after a minute. It's like, dude, now you guys are literally not letting us watch the fucking match now.
hmm
Like, it's fucking rough. There's so many other things wrong with that, but I'm going to move past this very, very quickly. I got to tell you, it's a 2 out of 5 for AEW. And the week before, when they're on Jericho's cruise, because I guess Jericho's the new Adam Sandler of fucking wrestling, where you just take vacations and, oh, let's do a show, guys. This counts as fucking competition. Yeah, I don't like to watch a motherfucker on vacation, y'all. Okay? So don't do any more fucking shows on the fucking water. What the shit? Last week was a fucking 1 out of 5. That was some bullshit.
Jesus.
So fucking sick of this shit, dude. I'm fucking AEW. Y'all had a chance. You fucking up. That's why WWE has their shit together sometimes, and when they don't, they're still fucking winning.
I do have to give AEW credit for something though. Like a week or two ago, uh, Cody Rhodes responded to a fan on like Twitter or something. I forget where it was that the fan was hoping that AEW does something during WrestleMania weekend, and then Cody Rhodes responded. He's like, "No, that's their weekend. We're not going to do that." And
Mm-hmm.
then I was like, "Fuck, Cody! Like, you're actually the smart one in the group." I was like, "Hold on." everybody else was trying to capitalize on WWE's weekend, and Cody and AEW were like, "Shit, why? We'll have our own eventually." It's just let them have the weekend that they've been doing for 30 something fucking years. We'll be over here, and I'm
Yeah.
like, "See, someone gets it."
Yeah. By the way, I just
Pro-
saw that you subscribed with Twitch Prime. Thank you very much. By the way,
yeah.
you're our first subscriber.
Oh, am I? Well,
Yes, you are.
gotta break the cherry somehow.
I'm gonna cry. Hey, let's pop up in the bubbly.
I got the wine in the fridge. I don't
But
care if it's not champagne. I know
it's not champagne.
it's not
Uh,
champagne.
but yeah, no, you're absolutely right, man. But now it's time for good old SmackDown.
The smack dizzy.
I didn't watch the second half because my internet turned off, and that's how
Oh
I
right.
watch things. But I will say, from what I saw, I like the Otis thing. I think that Otis and Mandy Rose is having a better storyline than Rusev, Bobby Lashley, and Lana. I think it's way better than that shit.
Man, I saw that shit, and then I was like, "Yo, Mandy Rose is doing him dirty." And then she's like, "Oh, I'm not doing anything the Friday after." I was like, "Oh, okay, he got his." And then what's his name? Who's with Otis? I forget his name.
Tucker.
Tucker. Tucker's like, "You got a date with Mandy Rose on Valentine's Day." I was like, "Oh, that clever bitch."
Yeah.
I was like,
Fucking
I
awesome.
forgot. I was like, I forgot. It's fucking Valentine's Day in 2 weeks.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, you know what I mean? Like, someone's doing their math right on there. You know, it's pretty neat to
I
see that
know.
shit.
I was like Mandy Rhodes. I was like, you're a fucking genius.
Yeah, Hey Nate saying AEW needs to showcase the women's division more because he likes all the girls, but they have been underutilized. No, the girls are actually fine on there too. They're good wrestlers. They're not in the best shape, but I think what AEW is trying to do is do some counterculture where it's like, hey, we don't got the models. We don't got all this crazy shit. We got girls that are gonna fucking fight brutally and dirty, just like how the old school guys used to do, and that's cool. But then they think that everyone just automatically loves Nyla Rose, probably because of the trans thing, which I'm not even gonna talk too much about that. Bravo
The
for her.
the what thing?
The trans thing. She's trans.
Who?
Nyla Rhodes from AEW. So everyone's like very very much like pushing her and just being happy, like yay trans, and she's having this wrestling match with the other women. But at the same time, it's like she's also doing some big show type shit. Where she's beating everybody and she's not really showcasing. I mean, like her finisher's a fucking powerbomb for Christ's sakes. Like, I mean that's cool I guess, but you watch AEW, which is a big ass fucking like people are doing super dives, 4,050 splash, whatever the fuck, and then she comes out powerbomb, boop. It's like what the fuck. And then we have Awesome Khan on the show. Like, have her fucking wrestle. Yeah, so I know it's off topic, but I saw your comment there, Hate Nate, and just wanted to respond to you. So thank you very much for leaving comments too, man. All of you guys in the chat right now, thank you so much for hanging out with us for as long as you guys have. We got one more ad in a little bit, but we're gonna continue talking about SmackDown. And yeah, man, I'm glad that you agree with me on the whole Otis and Mandy Rose thing. That shit's cool. The
Yeah.
dog food thing. How did that end, by the way? Like, what's going on with this dog food shit?
Okay, I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so
Oh fuck! Don't you say shit was good.
no,
I'm
no,
gonna hate
no,
you so
no,
much.
no, 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 no. Hold on. So that shit was definitely fucking weird, and there was a 6-man tag match between King Corbin, Dolph Ziggler, and Bobby Roode versus the Usos and Roman Reigns, and the loser had to eat the dog food. And obviously, as you can see, Corbin lost.
Well, it looks like someone blew somebody else's head off right in front of fucking Baron Corbin. Like, yeah, we killed your friend. Fuck you.
Yeah, but I will tell you one thing: the match was decent, but this whole dog food shit was ridiculous. I
Yeah.
will say one thing about this: I'll be goddamned if I wasn't pissing my pants laughing.
Brother.
Because I'm not saying it was good. By far, it was not. But this shit had me laughing my ass off. I was like, this is to a new low.
Motherfuckers like you. The reason why this shit does good. Because I remember you laughed at that worm looking motherfucker too.
The worm-looking motherfucker.
What's his
Oh,
Elmer Fudd looking motherfucker? That's what my girlfriend said. Albert Fudd looking
oh
motherfucker.
my god, what was his name? With Carmella, right? I
Yeah,
forgot.
yeah. God
But
damn, why is it escaping me? Anyways, go ahead.
man, to be honest, it escaped me so much that I forgot he existed.
Yeah.
But No, only because of what these fucking idiots in the back, the Usos, were doing to Corbin. Like they literally chained his ass up, and they're like, "Yeah, now Corbin's is part of the Uso penitentiary." I was like, I get it, fucking god
Yeah.
damn. But I was just laughing my ass off. Like I don't know because I thought it was just hilarious,
Mm-hmm.
or it just sunk down to a new low that I was just laughing. But yeah, I
Yeah,
mean,
Nate in the chat's agreeing with these. Like, oh, it was so bad, it was so funny. It was like, ah,
it,
man,
it
y'all,
was
damn
it
it.
was it was so horrible. But if you watch it, you gotta like you have no choice but to laugh. It's like these motherfuckers really went there. Like why? What?
Jesus Christ. Yeah, man. I mean, it looks. I gotta tell you this. Visually, that looks horrifying. And I feel like if I wasn't a fan and I saw this, I'd be like, you know what? Is it DVR? Let me go check it out. I don't watch wrestling, but I'll see what the fuck happened here.
like 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 I said, the match wasn't too bad. Like it was like a very very average, decent 6-man tag match.
Hmm.
Like it actually even got intense towards the end, but then that whole shit happened. I thought it was kind of like I thought it was funny. That shit just had me laughing.
Really quick, too.
Shame on me.
Shame on me too for what I'm about to say. Is once again, man. Internet turned off. Couldn't help it, but I'm going to have to ask you more questions than actually review it. Another thing, Fiend, did he show up at all tonight?
Nope, no
That's a
fiend.
problem, and that's going to affect my rating. Y'all need to stop fucking up with Fiend every time you guys get a chance to do something with him. I think what they did at the Royal Rumble was fucking terrible. That match sucked. The weird Daniel Bryan just laying and whip him like they're fucking doing a sex act was fucking annoying. Horrible selling on his part. Horrible pacing. No storyline continuance through that match. And then they didn't even have him on the show tonight. You guys do not know what to do with quality.
Well, to be fair, Daniel Bryan wasn't there neither.
Well, still, like someone
So.
he's a champion.
But from what I've always noticed, that they always like wait a week before they bring that back. You know what I mean?
I guess. I mean, you're right. There is a pattern there, and I mean,
Yeah,
whether or not you like the pattern, it is a pattern, and it's there for a reason. So.
it's like yeah, I don't know what it is, and it's not just in the Fiend and Danny Bryan's case. It's definitely in, like a pattern on like the champions at one point. Like certain champions never show up like the next show. They always like skip a week. I don't know what it is,
It's
but there's
probably a
always
contract thing.
it could be no. It's definitely not a contract thing, but I definitely think it's like a like a let's make them wait kind of thing, you know. But because
Yeah.
it's been a pattern for like years, like this is nothing new.
For fucking years. Yeah, no, you're right, and it's something that actually starts to annoy me at a certain point. But here's the thing, man.
Yeah.
I liked what happened with Bailey in that whole match.
Can I
What her theme
say
song's a shit.
can I say something about Bailey that I haven't said before?
What?
I like her as a heel.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
when she had like a segment with Naomi,
Mm-hmm.
and Naomi came out and did the whole thing, blah blah blah. Blah. They fought with each other, but I'm just sitting there. I'm just saying to myself, I was like, I love how Bailey's haircut is now. I
Yeah.
love her as a fucking heel, and I love that she dropped the whole hugging gimmick. I'm like, I almost feel like I'm 100% sold on heel Bailey at this point.
Well, actually, there's this. I mean, we're not doing Beat the Booker, but I gotta tell you, they should bring her real life into a storyline. You know what her real life story is, right?
No,
Formally, she was actually on this show called Hardcore Pawn, and she had. So, I'm joking by the way. She was on Hardcore Pawn, but
man,
they look very similar.
I was like, that is not Ashley. I was like, wait a minute, because I used to watch Hardcore Porn.
I
God damn
fucking
it,
love this show so
I
much.
know. Like, I don't know why. Because if you look at Les right there, he definitely looks like an older version of my dad, and it's just hilarious.
Yeah, but like no, like Bailey and fucking Bailey and Ashley got the same shit going on here. There
They
you
got
go. Yeah.
they got the let me see your manager almost haircut.
That's awesome, man. That's fucking hilarious. Oh man.
And Ashley's like, I am the fucking manager.
Yeah, man. I love Bailey's theme song. I love her whole thing with fucking Sasha
Right.
Banks. Um, God, her title reign is just so. I don't want her to lose a belt. I fucking love Bayley right now. Never thought I would say that. I couldn't stand it for so long. But this is what Bayley was telling people during that podcast with Stone Cold and everybody. Where it's like, dude, give me a shot to be somebody else. This fucking gimmick sucks.
Well, you know what? They're getting a home run. I think they got something with this one.
They got something with this one big time, and they gotta
I,
not fuck this up.
I, like I said, I'm practically almost so. I'm just happy that that just that match that she had the other day was kind of pointless.
Mm-hmm.
But
The
now it's
character's
like,
good though.
oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Like I really like Bailey as a heel, and if she keeps it going like this, just stay here. I did not understand this shit right here with Naomi.
Well, she's just a weird, crazy, ravey character. I mean, I dig
I
it,
mean,
and it's a
what
nice visual.
what is she like? Another member of Dead Mouse?
Probably. But like, dude, the fact that they're even going with her right now and giving her a shot to have like dialogue on the show. She's gonna be feuding with Bailey. She fucking won this match technically. She's doing, or won the segment at least. Um,
Yeah.
it's just like, dude, like I'm loving what they're doing with the divas on SmackDown because I like Mandy Rose. I like Alexa Bliss.
You mean the women on SmackDown?
Oh yeah, and by the way, what the fuck are they gonna call the NXT Championship? 'Cause apparently they take women out. I guess.
I heard that they're just gonna call it the NXT Championship. I don't know.
I think they're gonna call it the NXT Dickless Championship. You're not a woman, you just don't have a penis. So this is called the Penisless Championship.
I
Like,
couldn't even tell you. Oh, when my buddy told me about that, I was like, I felt like that Jackie Chan meme with the scratching of the head thing.
yeah,
I was like, what?
yeah. I don't know. I don't know about that, y'all. And even Becky Lynch is like, that's not what I meant. What the fuck? Fucking shit, man.
That's not what they meant. What the fuck?
Oh shit.
Oh my god, that's fucking great.
It's so shocking, man. Like it's just I don't know. It's crazy. Whatever the fuck's going on, but I
I
don't
don't
know,
know.
man.
I don't know. I almost feel like Vince is starting to take over NXT.
I think that too, and I also feel like, man, February 7th, literally next Friday, we're about to see a new WWE, man, because that Vince's gonna be busy, and I can't wait till he's fucking busy.
All
Get
right,
out the
the
fucking
good
way,
old
you crazy old man.
good old football league that goes extreme starts.
Yeah, tables, ladders, and football.
Tables, tables, ladders, and football. Oh my
Fuck
god.
yes, sir. Oh my. Here's the thing, though, people. I know you guys are in here still chilling with us and everything. I really appreciate that, and I love you guys so much for chilling with us. But here's the thing, though. We're gonna do one more ad. It's gonna be kind of a long one because it'll be our final ad of the night while we give our rating for everything. If you guys want to come back and know what the fuck we're saying on this particular show, you guys can come listen to it afterwards. You guys know where it'll be. Just skip to the end, and you will know. We'll be right back. So, while that ad's going on, man, it's time for us to get into the nitty gritty of it all. Me personally, this SmackDown, for what I saw, and then also from what I've heard, because most of the time I even talk about these shows and rate them, it's over the writing. The writing is something I care most about than the matches and everything because matches are subjective. Writing, if you're not making no sense, you fuck stuff up.
Right.
From what you're talking about the Fiend, from this whole thing with the dog food situation, those are huge, huge blows to this fucking score I'm gonna give it. So I have to give it. I know it's like repetitive, but 3 out of 5 because I love the Naomi segment. I love the Bailey, the whole. I love Bailey just in general right now.
Right.
The Otis thing's cool. I like how the show started off. Even though it was about dog food, the promo was good leading up to it and the whole challenge and everything. I had a great time with the show. It's just I'm so upset that I didn't get to see the second half of it, but what I saw was cool, and I'm basing on that. 3 out of 5 for me, definitely average. Your turn, good sir. What'd you rate the SmackDown show?
Oh, same rating. I mean, granted, like I watched the whole show, but yeah, there was like an average show. Like I'm finally getting to see like Bailey as a heel, which is great. Like, cause like I saw her the other day and she did the match, and I forget who even she fought. Who did she fight the other day at Royal Rumble?
Was it like so professional. What's her name? The Southern Belle. Lacey Evans.
Fucking Lacey Evans. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
she's fucking terrible.
Maybe that's why I don't remember it, cause
Because she's
god
boring
damn.
as fuck. Once
Yeah,
upon a
but
time, white wrestling diva. The end.
yeah, but But then again, if she's gonna feud with Naomi, I honestly feel like it's gonna be a great feud because Naomi's great, you know.
Yeah,
And
CJ Grayson, big Macy Lacey. I
oh
love
Jesus
that.
Christ!
But go ahead though.
But what was the thing? Yeah, so like if she's gonna start feuding with Naomi, like I said, it's gonna be great because Naomi is great, and from what I see as Bailey heel, she's great, and I really like Bailey as a heel. So I'm actually excited to see what they're gonna bring together, bring to the table. Um, as far as the whole thing with the Fiend, I'm fine with it because like I said, there's always a pattern that those main eventers always skip a week or so.
Yeah,
So we'll see what happens with them next week. Hopefully, the whole shit between him and Daniel Bryan is done, but the odds of that happening is slim to none. What else?
I think well the biggest thing here too, and I forgot to bring it up, but Braun Strowman. I like that he's the new Intercontinental Champion. That should be a
Oh,
more of an important topic, but we like sometimes we
I,
fuck up.
yeah,
Yeah, but another thing too about that particular win is I feel like Sami Zayn is just a fucking godsend for the mid card division because I think that dude, Nakamura lost, right? This should be bad for him. But yet, right after the loss, he's still in something entertaining. And then when Elias started playing and blah blah blah, now Sami Zayn, just his reactions and his comedic timing and how he can do anything at any time, he just found Nakamura another opponent as well as Cesaro. Like Sami
yeah.
Zayn just by himself just gave them another month or two of content until WrestleMania because he's so fucking talented. So thank God for Sami Zayn. Seriously.
God, God bless you, Sami Zayn.
Yeah, man. But yeah, 3 out of 5 for you, 3 out of 5 for me. I guess that's what it's gonna be, people. And I said that when we weren't even doing a fucking ad. So I guess you guys don't have to come back and listen to it. But the thing is, though, 3 out of 5 for both of us. With that said, we are so glad to be back doing the Ringside Hangout. So much fun to do this with you guys. I'm so glad you guys are here. If you guys can, please share this with other people. If you guys liked it, I'm not gonna force you to do something you don't want to do. If you guys liked what you saw, show your wrestling friends. I want to get more opinions on here. I want to get people actually in the call with us so we can actually talk voice to voice about wrestling, how passionate we are about it, and how much we fucking hate it sometimes. But with that said, I think there's not a whole lot other things to say other than next Friday, man. You're gonna be here again, sir.
Absolutely.
Absolutely nice. Fuck yeah, man.
I do have to say one thing.
What's up?
I've finally picked up WWE 2K20.
It's a piece of shit.
Actually, it's not too bad. It's actually somewhat fixed.
Yeah.
It's, I mean, if I'm able to play it, that means they fixed it.
Yeah,
To a point.
that's true. That's true.
But hey, I wasn't gonna say no to it because it's half off right now.
And I'm
Or
kind of
at least,
surprised that fucking Y2K is happening 20 years late. That's pretty interesting. Like, the game doesn't work because it's 2020, but the title of the game is 2020. Shut up. Fucking crazy.
they didn't even think with that one through. They're like, all right, well, it's fixed now. But at the same time, no, I'm actually enjoying it. I'm actually doing career mode right now.
Yeah, man. So, anyways, people, we're gonna get the fuck out of here though. But we'll be back next Friday, and also tomorrow. Is gonna work as a pre-show as well as an actual show. But the Midnight Chat Attack, we'll be doing our show, talking about tons of topics. We're finally gonna stop talking about Ari Shafir. I know that's a big fucking thing that we've been talking about every single day. We will stop, I promise. But we'll be starting before 8-Bit Crumbs, and then as 8-Bit Crumbs ends, you guys can hang out with us in the after hours watching some movies. You might watch Pinocchio 2012 again just to fucking piss y'all off. So, with that said, thank you guys for watching us. Share the content as much as you can. I really, really would appreciate it. With that said, it's time for us to get the fuck out of here. Thank y'all.
Yeah, yeah.
Goodbye.
Bye, bitches.